Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today for our weekly Wednesday update. Here's a quick agenda of what we're going to go through today. I first wanted to start with some appreciations and celebrations. Thanks for entering those in, or your questions that you have. We'll always link that Google form next to the video as well. So the first celebration is for Mr. Davis. Every time I walk by my son's screen, Mr. Davis seems so positive, energetic, and humorous in trying to keep the students engaged both online and in person. Thanks for the energy that you put into instruction, Mr. Davis. Awesome, thank you. And the next one, let's see. I really appreciate the organization and how the school year has gone so far. My daughter is very happy to attend class, and I consider the support during the pandemic so that children can feel included and can cope that is in the most appropriate way during the pandemic. Thanks so much. And then a question came in about drop-off and pickup times and the traffic. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today too. But first, what I wanted to do was give you a quick overview. This is, during the typical school year, we would have exhibitions of student learning, which is a really important part of the project-based learning that we do at CCDS. And part of exhibition is families being able to go from room to room and talk with kids and engage with them in a conversation about what are you learning, why are you learning about it, why is it important? And so I wanted to bring just an opportunity for you to hear about all the learning that's happening on campus. So you get a little glimpse into that, even though we can't do exhibitions as usual this year. So in TK and kindergarten, students are learning about living things and animals, trees. The chickens hatched last week in Miss Chick's class, learning about life cycles and living things in the youngest grades. In first grade, they did a lot of work with Women's History Month and are also learning about birds. In second grade, students are learning about pollinators. They are planting plants. They have great little garden beds out over by their classrooms. And in third grade, students are learning about the Maidu and Maidu life. They are the original inhabitants of our county, and they're going to be presenting their learning in small groups within the classroom. Fourth grade students are going to be working on public service announcements here pretty soon, responding to an inequality. And they just finished reading a book called The Hope Chest. Fifth grade has been working on a module called Athlete Leaders of Social Change, and they will choose a leader that they would like to research and present about as well. Sixth grade is finishing reading Bud Not Buddy and looking at that text in a deep and meaningful way, and also learning more about body systems in science class. Seventh graders just had a Socratic seminar after finishing reading The Giver and talking about all the nuances in that book. They're also working in science class on a scale model of Bidwell Park. It's fantastic. We'll send some pictures maybe in the next e-flyer so you can see that big project that they've been working on. And in eighth grade, students are learning about the Civil War and Reconstruction. They're reading The Outsiders and talking about social class within that book. So just kind of a quick overview. I wish we could have exhibitions. We can't. The teachers have been great about doing things like Flipgrid and other technology ways to help you see what's going on. But I wanted to give you a quick overview as well. Drop off and pick up and some safety tips and tips for making this run a little bit smoother. So drop off is between 8:10 and 8:30. It is pretty busy during drop off time. My main recommendation, I'm usually on 11th Street, would be make sure that your students really prepared to get out of the car. Like shoes are on, backpacks all packed, and you as the adult have finished with the stop it screener so that you're just ready to show it so we can get cars moving and through the line. My other suggestion would be, if you can, would be to drop off on 11th and then turn left on Oakdale, or to continue on 11th, or turn left on Salem. If you Broadway, turning left on Broadway, or even the block up Salem. Our kindergarten and TK students are dropped off on Broadway, and so is our middle school. So if you drop off on 11th and then you turn right on Broadway, you're going to get stuck in a lot of traffic. And so if we can kind of reserve that area for the kindergarten and TK drop off, I think that might help smooth things over a little bit. And then, it's just going to be a little bit crowded, but it's only about 20 minutes or so, and we'll get you through that line as quickly as we can. So pickup, my best advice for pickup would be to come just a few minutes later. So by about 12:32, it's pretty well cleared out. We cannot have cars parked along 11th or on Broadway. We saw some cars parked as early as 11:55 the last couple of days. And so it's really important that you don't park there until 12:20. If you're arriving really early and you're able to park, to pick up your first grader through middle schooler, we have somebody on a walkie-talkie who is across the street from the main office and across the street there at Oakdale and 11th, who will radio for your student to come. If you've parked somewhere in the neighborhood, you can walk and wait on that corner at 11th and Oakdale, and we'll radio and have your student come over to you over there. Make sure you have a mask on, and we're keeping social distance over there too. But if you are early, we're going to ask you to park, hop out of your car and be kind of at that corner, and we'll radio for your student to come to you. So again, please don't park there on 11th. We need that area for drop off for the preschool, and the preschool does need to get out of their car and park and be able to drop off safely. So starting at 12:20 is when you can pull up right there on 11th and on Broadway. Let's see. The other thing too is please don't block the crosswalk. That gets really tricky and can be really dangerous for students and staff members too. So if you can stay clear of the crosswalk, it is just going to be a busy time for 10 to 15 minutes. Your students won't be left outside unsupervised. So, if you feel comfortable coming at 12:32 or 12:35, you'll see that it's much more cleared out. And we're just going to try and get people through as quickly as possible. So again, I think the biggest tip there would be not to come early, because then we can start having families pull up when the kids are actually there. And then we'll just keep that line going pretty fast. And if you are early, then just park and we'll have your student come on over to you. All right. Those are my updates for today. We love having the kids on campus. 7th and 8th graders will be starting tomorrow, 4 days a week. And on August 12th, we will have 4th grades through 6th grade, adding in 4 days per week as well. And so we're excited about that. We're doing the things to be prepared and get ready. And it's just great to have students on campus. So thanks again for all that you're doing. Thanks for your support. Add any celebrations, appreciations, or questions that you have to the spreadsheet. And we look forward to talking to you again soon. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.